Hi, I'm Tom Campbell from Cultaholic.com, and we welcome back one of the most popular recurring characters in Cultaholic history, Barry the Shark. Barry, welcome back, mate. Hiya, buddy. It's great to be back at Culta. Oh, Pacini's back as well. How you doing? Did you have a good holiday?
Piss off, Barry.
Let's do some news. We have news on possible future Universal Championship plans for The Fiend, new matches announced for Clash of Champions, and which WWE Superstar is heading to NXT UK this weekend. Find out shortly. You'll be pleased to know that whilst you've been away, Adam, there hasn't been a lot of change to the wrestling world, except the fact that once again WWE might be about to ruin The Fiend. And I know I'm the most optimistic person in the room for this, but I saw this tweet and I'm slightly concerned.
Yeah, so the Golden One Center in Sacramento, California, they posted a tweet advertising that The Fiend will challenge either Seth Rollins, the current Universal Champion, or Braun Strowman in a Hell in a Cell match at Hell in a Cell in October. Thoughts?
I don't think this is the trajectory that I envisioned for The Fiend.
Okay.
That makes me slightly nervous because I like the idea of him just being this mystical creature that isn't bound by a hunt for gold in any way. So kind of putting him in the mix with title people doesn't feel right.
Okay, I think that's fair. I can't picture him with the belt. I can't and challenge it. People challenging him and that sort of thing. It does feel a bit weird for that character. However, people did say that about Bray Wyatt when he won the WWE title.
Yeah,
and that worked until WrestleMania. Thanks, Randall.
Till the worm started appearing on the apron. I guess. It just, for me, it's like when you've built a little house out of Lego and then you're watching your little brother or a friend play with it, and you're just like, don't put that there. That doesn't go there. Don't ruin it. That's how I feel about The Fiend and Bray Wyatt. It's like, don't ruin it. We're doing so well.
You've got to imagine though, The Fiend inside Hell in a Cell.
It's a great visual.
Yeah, there's something really. They could do some really, really fun stuff. Him disappearing and then reappearing outside the cell, or whatever. There's loads they could do there. I think there are two caveats to this story.
Yeah.
Everybody is assuming, first of all, that it's going to be a Universal title match.
Yeah. But
they've advertised it against one of two men. Seth Rollins, he might just defeat Braun.
That's true.
And then go on to do something else. Braun, you can imagine those two having great. Obviously, there's history there, Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman.
There is.
But those two inside a cell, that could be destructive and beautiful. And the other caveat here is that card's subject to change. But it's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. We've seen, even now, right? Various venues are advertising Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin for the Universal title match on house shows because they get that information ages in advance and they just keep advertising it and it often doesn't change. Sometimes they'll do the match, sometimes it'll change on the night. It doesn't mean it's necessarily going to happen, but the fact that they're advertising this for a pay-per-view is unusual.
Yeah, very much so. And the fact that it's the actual venue that's announced it rather than anything else. Does that happen very often anymore?
Yeah, I mean, venues do advertise... you mean, the venue advertising a pay-per-view match before WWE gets to it? No, very rarely.
It almost feels like someone's going to get fired at the Golden One Center. Right. Some like, Keith, can we have a word, mate? We've seen what you've been tweeting when WWE is furious. Vince is on the phone, he's livid. So we did not know what done did it, and now we do know who done did it, and it's the person what we thought done did it, Adam Pacitti.
It was a bit of an anticlimax, this. I've watched this segment. I haven't got round to watching all of SmackDown yet. I'm about to do so. Graded coming shortly. Roman Reigns got some grainy camera footage from the first attack on SmackDown, and why did that take so long, first of all?
Well, sometimes the people who run security offices take long lunches. And I think you can put in an application for a thing, and it can take a while to come back.
4 weeks. It feels like Roman Reigns
very long lunch.
Downloaded a copy of Adobe Premiere and has been trying to enhance himself. Just shout at his keyboard. Enhance. Why is it not doing it? It's Rowan. It's Rowan, by the way. Oh Jesus! If we mention that, it's Rowan. However, there was no mention of the weird beardy guy from last week who was unmasked. It feels like they're writing this on the fly at this point, and I really like the storyline. It feels very Attitude Era to me. It's keeping me watching, that's for sure. But it does feel like they don't know where it's going, and that sort of ties into another story that emerged last night that Vince McMahon once again Sorry, writers, you've got to do it all again.
Can you imagine? And I know we've talked about it a couple of times, and it must be lovely for you to have gone away for a week and realised that, pretty much everything's ticking along as normal. We're nervous about The Fiend. We still don't know properly why done it. Vince McMahon's ripping up SmackDown storylines. We've just stayed in stasis until you come back. It does smack of, we are booking this on the fly. There's something quite nice about it, but then at the same time, now we know Rowan did it, but now we're going to spend the next 6 to 8 weeks figuring out who he did it for.
No, I don't think we do know. I don't think we do know that it's Rowan that did it. Couldn't that have just been a different beardy guy? What? Daniel Bryan, the quality of the footage was bad enough, and Daniel Bryan just immediately is like, "Why did you do that? I hate being lied to." Boom, 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 boom. Stiffer than that, Tom. It's like, Bryan, give him a chance. It looks like it's 360p quality, Bryan. That could be absolutely anyone. Potato quality Roman Reigns footage. Sort it out. Enhance.
Also on SmackDown, we had a championship match confirmed for Clash of Champions. And good news, Kofi Kingston is going to face Randy Orton once again. And I'm a bit more invested in this match this time round than I was the first time round.
Agreed. Mm-hmm. Kofi's dropping the title.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think Randy's... Because remember, everybody thought that Bray was going to retain. Going back to that WrestleMania match, I think it felt like the last pay-per-view match was setting up a Kofi loss. To me, anyway. It was a bit all over the place. Didn't like the match that much. The finish didn't work at all. I think this is setting up. I think they're done with Kofi as world champion.
That's a shame.
That's
because
just...
it's been one of those things. It's not been a feud it's not been a title run that's really set the world on fire as I hoped it would.
No, the storyline week to week stuff I think has been decent. I think the promos have been good. But no, I think this is and I don't think people will be too upset about Kofi losing it if this is the time. What do you think would be next for Kofi? Let's say he does beat Randy Orton, the feud ends. What do you do with Kofi next?
Oh, you see, it just feels wrong just to drop him back into the tag division that was there with the New Day. This is surely where you pull the trigger on the New Day splitting up. This is surely,
oh, you're going there, are you?
Surely this is where you do it.
I don't think they'll do it.
Really?
Unless one of the guys is injured and has to pull out for a long time. I don't think they'll do it because it's so much money. Look at the crowd. Look at what the kids are wearing. It's New Day merch still.
Yeah. I don't know what else he could do from here. I mean, that's always the concern when you get somebody who wins their first ever major championship belt, and then once they lose it, then what?
Yeah.
Agreed. Where do you go from there? You've got to have you've got to have enough upward trajectory to stay in the cosmos, if you will. But I don't know whether Kofi will have had that.
You know what? No, I'm going to argue here and say that Kofi Kingston, everybody expected a transitional title reign, and that's not what we got. And he's been booked really, really well. He feels like a champion. He's winning matches on TV more often than not. He's pretty dominant, especially on TV. And as I say, he feels like a champion. And I'm all for that because I don't think any of us expected it. I thought he was going to pick it up at WrestleMania, as most people did, and he was going to drop it, maybe even at the next pay-per-view. And they've made Kofi Kingston. I think it's really, really great. And I'd actually rather Kofi Kingston drop it to a super heel Randy Orton than Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Because that would kill Roman as well. At least Roman's doing something else.
He's busy.
He's on Premiere.
He's enhancing things on Premiere.
But there's another match announced for the.
Oh yeah, this comes from 205 Live last night. Humberto Carrillo.
Nailed it.
I pronounced that right. Will challenge Drew Gulak for the Cruiserweight Championship. Beat Only Logan last night. He's a boy, isn't he? He's going to be a guy. There was a list that came down of trademarks that WWE put out over the last couple of days, and one of the names they've trademarked is Humberto Carrillo. So they've trademarked. So that to me is it's a statement of, well, obviously there is a war on, so you've got to lock these people down, stop them going and make money elsewhere. But also it's a real investment in them going, this is a guy that we're going to make some money off.
Yeah.
So we're going to own the rights to that name.
It feels like, because the roster's so small on 205 Live, that everybody gets a go, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Everybody gets a title match at some point. No offense, Grand Metalik or whoever else is down there. Drake Maverick. But yeah, it's good. It'll be a great match. It's one of those things like... I was watching some of SmackDown already. I've seen some of the highlights. And you had Ali Buddy Murphy on SmackDown. I was like, wow, this is a great match. Don't get me wrong, it's already happened plenty of times in 205 Live, and the matches were better. But it makes you wonder why more people aren't watching 205 Live, doesn't it? When you get that on SmackDown and everybody's all over it, it's already happened and it was better.
It is. It's a little secret that WWE programming really has, and it's such a shame that the future of 205 Live has really been in jeopardy lately, more so than ever since SmackDown's moving to Fox and they're looking at doing something else with that third hour that isn't 205 Live, and it would be such a shame because it is such a great program. But the thing that ruins 205 Live is the crowd. They're cream crackered. Like it's a long lot of tapings for SmackDown. It's at the end of the night after you've seen all your favourites coming out, your Roman Reigns and that. And then you've got the cruiserweight guys, and I genuinely think like one of them could explode in the middle of the ring. It would get polite applause.
I feel sorry for them as well. I've been at a SmackDown taping before, and it was like they advertised. I think this was just after WrestleMania where Shinsuke got called up, and they advertised Shinsuke's first match. And it was going to be against Dolph Ziggler. It was a dark main event, and it was after the 205 Live tapings. They tend to do that. They'll put on a dark match after it to keep people around. But you can tell that everybody's just waiting for those matches. They don't give a toss about the 205, which is such a shame because there's such a tremendous amount of talent down there.
And Carrillo is going to be the new leader of the new 205 Live generation. He'll win it at Clash of Champions.
Locked in.
I always predict that Drew Gulak's going to lose. I've got no issue.
I love Drew.
I've got no
he's
beef
class.
with Drew. I just feel like every time I see him, I'm predicting he'll lose. Sorry, Drew. Right, this one's for my juggalos and juggalettes. Don't take your shirts off!
Yeah, that was an 8-pack. Carry on.
Well, I have a 6-pack, and you can have a barrel. Superhuman, who is the viral sensation who basically spends his life, I presume he makes money off it, jumping off his front porch into barbed wire, broken glass, plant pots the other day. And this is how he's gained like a massive following online.
He's got loads. He's got like 70,000 followers or something like that I saw the other day, and he's come out of absolutely nowhere.
I know. And the boyhood dream has officially come true
I love
for
this.
Superhuman.
I love this so much. He's been booked for a wrestling match. He's in a proper match. He's done a few little appearances at various indies local to him. However, he has been announced for a fatal 5-way match featuring Joey Ryan and Shark Boy for Atomic Revolutionary Wrestling, October the 11th in Cocoa, Florida. A lovely place name. So Superhuman's going to be there. He's going to do some mental stunt. He's the Jeff Hardy of our generation. Open brackets, Jeff Hardy style. WWE Jeff Hardy style. I love the guy. So he did an intro for Ross's WTF Moments. He followed me on Twitter. I sort of sent him I think I sent him a DM just saying, I was pissed, right? I sent him a DM saying, love what you do, man. I was like 6 pints in. But I thought, actually, I'm really entertained by his videos. Obviously, they're a bit scary. And he got back and he was like, oh, I really like you guys too. I was like, oh, can you do a WTF intro for us? That'd be really, really cool. And he was so nice. He's a great guy. And what else do you say about it?
He comes across as a guy that is genuinely living the dream.
Yeah, right. He's getting all those retweets. He's selling shirts. He's now getting booked for wrestling events. He's getting bigged up by Matt Riddle on Twitter. People love him. People are scared for him. Good for you. Genuinely, good for you.
But don't try this at home, because this is it now. People go, oh, so well done, Superhuman. He jumped off his porch onto some plant pots and now he's been booked. Don't try this at home.
I'm going to go against Tommy. I'm going to say, do try this at home.
God.
Go into your cupboard right now, find some light bulbs and eat them. Eat them all, film it. WWE, who ate light bulbs in WWE, Vince McMahon style. WWE, and you'll be a superstar. You'll be wrestling Joey Ryan, getting dick flipped all over the place. Good to be back.
So this Saturday, people will travel from around the world to fight in front of spectators. I'm not just talking about the wedding I'm emceeing on Saturday. I'm talking about a massive weekend of professional wrestling, Adam Pacitti.
There is so much going on. There's so much. AEW All Out is emanating from Chicago, Illinois. We've got Royal Quest New Japan show here in the UK also. And we've got NXT UK TakeOver Cardiff. Hell of a card for all three of those events, actually.
As your resident NXT UK teacher, I am very.
You can say expert.
Biased.
You can say expert. You hesitated there, didn't you?
I once bought Primate a pint. That doesn't make me an expert. But my bias is towards NXT UK TakeOver Cardiff. I think they've got a great opportunity to really steal the show. I think everybody's kind of assuming it's going to be a third runner, but no, I'm telling you, right? Dave Mastiff and Joe Coffey gonna knock buggery out of each other.
Just a total couple of
I'm
big
gonna
lads
smash
boulders.
his head in. Dave Mastiff 2019. But there's been a little bit of a development in regards to who is going to be there, Adam.
They've got a proper WWE Superstar cup. I'm joking. I love you, Ligero and Jack Stars. No. Cesaro is on his way right now to the UK. WWE releasing a video via their social media yesterday, and it looks like Cesaro is going to get physical, much in the way that Finn Balor did at the last NXT UK TakeOver. He had a match with Jordan Devlin, Finn Balor winning that one. Cesaro, I think, is likely to have a match. What do you want him to do?
Well, I think it's great that Cesaro is going to be there at all. I think that people that have come over from the WWE side to like places like NXT UK have done really well. Like take Cassius Ohno, who's going to what?
Oh, he's figured it out.
Chris Hero and Claudio Castagnoli in the Impact Zone at the same time, Mago!
Kings of Wrestling. Bloody
Kings of
hell,
Wrestling.
Yes, please.
Oh,
Yes, please.
could you imagine?
Who would you put them up against? There's already, maybe that's it.
Maybe they just fight each other.
They've got the three-way tag match, haven't they?
Yeah, so the tag match, I wouldn't put them in the tag match.
No, yeah. What, just a singles match between those two? Yes, please.
Yeah, I'm down for that. You put me in the story with the tag match is it's Flash Morgan Webster, Mark Andrews, the home country boys from Wales doing it for Wales.
Big popular baby faces.
You can't then stick two proper lads in there.
Take all the shine away. Sorry, boys.
Sorry.
Whoop.
Get out of here.
We're on proper TV.
Look at the Ring of Honor lads. Yeah, I reckon just have them two knock bells out of each other.
I
That'd
like
be
that.
fine.
Yeah, with Ono going over as well. That'd be nice.
I think, Ono's been chalking up a couple of wins on NXT UK lately, and I think like a nice win. But then also Cesaro would be a nice fit going forward for NXT
in that brand.
UK. Yeah, like he's an established part of Europe, of the European division for a long time. He was a big part of WXW and places like that. He's cut his teeth in places like Progress as well. So he knows that audience. He knows the European crowd. And I think obviously he's European, which is a thing. But I think he's a good fit for it. I think he's a good fit for NXT UK going forward.
I like it. You're missing one big name here, Tom.
Oh, hang on. Am I missing him?
Yeah. No, you're missing somebody.
Who am I missing?
It's only the bloody general manager. I want to see Cesaro versus Johnny Saint, who is, I think, 72.
We're going to have a match. Me and you. Tell him, Sid. I do feel for Johnny Saint. Like,
well, because he's just like, he's just in the back. Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Hi, I'm Sid Scala, and Johnny Saint's got an announcement to make, haven't you, Johnny?
Where is he?
Yes, I have. Here's the announcement.
What did he say once? We're going to have like a four-way fatal match.
This is why they don't trust him. Because all he had to do was go out and say, this is a fatal four-way match. This is a four fatal match. Oh, Johnny
Legend. Fight Cesaro.
Love Johnny.
Hell in a Cell match.
Really firm
Fiend special guest rep.
well.
Has he?
Yeah, I was ring announcer for him versus Johnny Kidd a few years ago. They did a World of Sports Classic.
Right.
Really firm handshake on him.
Give me an example. Whoa! Yes! Roll my outro, bitches! Yes! I'm back! Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. You can follow us on Twitter at Cultaholic. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. If you enjoy what we do here at Cultaholic, you can pledge to us on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Cultaholic. And most importantly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.